Here comes folks. Yeah, I got her distracted. Those facilitators, they just don't ever leave us be. All right, Kathy, I don't want you to have to worry about it. Kyle has that example and we can have him share that after the fact. So if we can just go back to our regular deck, and we would be on, I believe it's slide 18, which is purposeful virtual engagement. Welcome back, folks. Great to have you back. There we go.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. We're good. All right. So just quick hit as quickly as we can. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Did this process, this document work for you as far as getting your thoughts into that structure? I see some thumbs up. Is there anybody who was really challenged by it? Oh, look at y'all using your annotation tools. I love it. Awesome. Thank you. All right, so I think what usually trips people up is if they try and start at the top of the document and start filling it out. Really follow those numbers. Think through what is your purpose first. You got that from your blueprint statement. Plug that in, number one. Number two, three, think about all the things you want to share, even if it seems like too much. Put them all on a sticky or write them all down somehow, and then start to categorize into those three buckets. And as you start to think about how do I share those buckets, remember it's what do I need people to know about that particular point and what's the value to them or what's important to them in there. Sometimes you have to say that out loud. Find a clever, interesting, memorable way to summarize each of those 3 points into potentially 1 or 2 words each. Plug those into number 7 and number 8. Number 9 is what do you want people to do with it? By when, and 10 might be just a picture, a stat, or something that gets people leaning in. All right, so you have these tools at your disposal. You also have Kyle and Kathy. On the last slide, you'll see my email as well. So just in case you need that, you will have access to that. Kathy, let's go to our last segment, and we literally have 3 minutes to get through this. The last segment is purposeful virtual engagement. So number one, you all have been doing a number of things to engage yourselves in the meeting. We've used a number of the virtual tools to get you to engage, either annotation tools, the chat feature, raise your hand, unmute your line. Those are all ways that you can get participation. Let's go to the next slide, Kathy, and there are just a couple of other suggestions. Know your audience. If your message is way over my head, I'm not going to listen. If your message is way too detailed for me and I really needed the high level, I'm going to check out. Know your audience, tailor that message based on who that audience is. That's going to keep them engaged. Look at your webcams. You all have done a great job. As I'm scrolling through all the thumbnail pictures, you're on your webcam, you're looking, you're engaged. That does help your participants, especially if you're leading the meeting or the presentation. Insert those activities like we've been using today. You can use really simple ones. Raise your hand. They have the virtual hand raise, or they have just the visual of you on camera. Have them annotate, have them chat, any way to get people to engage, even if it's simply raise your hand. That gets people moving. Be mindful of your body language and your facial expressions. There are days that doing what I do, which is exactly what we're doing today, there are days that I do that from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock, sometimes later. By the end of that day, my face hurts because I'm on camera. I have to be mindful of what does my face say versus what do my words say. So we talked earlier about being congruent. My actions need to mirror my words. So my face and my body language need to mirror that as well. Be mindful of timing. So we've been tracking every single minute today. We literally have 1 minute left. Be mindful of that. Stay within the time the best you can. And one last thing that's not on the slide, don't let your webcam do that. I don't want to look at your ceiling. Your participants don't either. Make sure that your webcam is looking at you, you're centered in the frame, and people have something to relate to. All right, Kathy, let's go to our last two slides. I want to very quickly summarize or restate our objective. Anybody notice we had 3 body points? We're restating our objectives, and I'm giving you the 3 points again to become more intentional about what you communicate and how you do that with greater clarity and action. We did that using 3 points: styles of influence and emotional intelligence, building and delivering effective messages using those tools, and last but not least, a quick hit on the purposeful virtual engagement. Using discussions, standard discussions, breakout conversations, and planning. Our last slide is my call to action for you. Review the resources that we've provided. Kyle sent those to you this morning. If you need more examples, let me know. I'm happy to share those with you. Consider the style of influence you use most frequently and make sure to adjust if the situation warrants. Dig into those emotional intelligence resources that I sent you. I mentioned there is an assessment and a tool that will help you to develop some of those skills. Craft your useful, appropriate, and engaging messages using the tools we're giving you, and then deliver with confidence and an intentional engagement. My email address is on the screen if you want to take a snapshot, or Kyle is more than welcome to provide you the slide deck that will have that in that. Thank you so much for your attention and your good work today. I really appreciate it, and I wish you all the best in the good work that you keep doing for all the customers that we serve and the ones that we don't. Thank you all so much today. And thank you to Kyle and Kathy too.
No, thank you so much, Amanda. And I love that people are already annotating on this final slide. If you want to go ahead and tell us what you're thinking after today's program, anything at all you'd like to share or a big takeaway, we'd love to hear it.
Of course.
But back to Kyle, I just want to thank everybody for their engagement.
You bet. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, well, thanks, y'all.
I love all those annotations. I wish WebEx had all of those. The hearts and the stars. I think I'm going to start using Zoom.
Yeah, it's just really, really good.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. And Amanda, I am jumping. So, because I have another call, another facilitation right now, of course.
Of course.
So I might, I made Kyle the host again, so you should be able to talk with him, I think, but
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Kathy. I'm so glad you were here.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Kyle, thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I really appreciate it.